Hello everyone. Thank you for showering your love on our first video, which was made on the current measures reliefs provided by the Indian government on account of COVID 19. Hope you found the same useful. One of the suggestions from our subscribers was to make a specific video on leap years. Being an interesting topic, we have taken this up in our current presentation. Before we move to the history of leap years, it's important which are the basic type of years which are discussed. Tropical year. Tropical year is the time taken for Earth to complete a full orbit around the Sun. In layman language, that's supposed to be 1 year. However, it is approximately 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 45 seconds. A common year. A common year is a Gregorian calendar year which has 365 days divided in 12 months with only 28 days in February. Finally, the leap year. The leap year is nothing but a common year with one extra day which is generally added to the shortest month of February. Let's now look at the history of leap year. Leap years in the Western calendar was introduced over 2000 years ago by Roman general Julius Caesar. Since it was introduced by Julius Caesar, it's also commonly known as the Julian calendar. The calendar had one specific rule. If a year is divisible by 4, it would lead to a leap year. This formula produced too many leap years, causing the Julian calendar to drift apart from the tropical year at the rate of 1 day per 125 years. What this means is every year, every 128 years, we were going 1 day ahead. To correct this, the Gregorian calendar was invented 1500 years later when a number of days were skipped to realign our calendar with the seasons. Now let us look at what the Gregorian calendar said. Today, the Gregorian calendar is the most widely and internationally accepted calendar. We also know Gregorian calendar as the Western calendar or the Christian calendar. This was first adopted in Italy, Poland, Portugal, and Spain in 1582. The formula for calculating leap years in the Gregorian calendar is as follows. The first condition being the year should be divisible by 4. The second condition, if the year can be divided by 100 and if the year can be divided by 400, only then it becomes a leap year. What this means is, let's take an example for the year 2000. Now 2000 is a number which is divisible by 4, by 100 as well as 400, hence it was a leap year. However, the year 1900 is divisible by 4, is divisible by 100, but the same is not divisible by 400. Hence, the same was not a leap year. What is the significance of having these leap years? One important reason is a modern day alignment with the Earth's revolution around the Sun. We all know Earth takes approximately one tropical year to circle once around the Sun. And this starts on the March equinox. March equinox is on the 20th of March every year. However, the Gregorian calendar had only 365 days in a year. If we don't add a leap day on the 29th of February once in almost 4 years, each calendar year would begin about 6 hours before the Earth completes its revolution around the Sun. What this means is, considering the Earth takes more than 365 days to circle around the Sun, and if we don't capture this extra time, every year we are not counting the extra time in the calendar. As a consequence, our time reckoning would slowly drift apart from the tropical year and get increasingly out of sync with the seasons. With a deviation of approximately 6 hours per year, the seasons would shift by about 24 calendar days within 100 years. While this appears to be a small figure now, but if the same continues for over centuries, then we can see the northern hemisphere celebrating Christmas in the middle of summer. The leap days fix that error by giving Earth the additional time it needs to complete the full circle around the Sun. Now, we have all learned even during our childhood that a leap day or a leap year comes once in every 4 years. Then why don't we add a leap day blindly every 4 years? If the tropical year was precisely 6 hours longer than a calendar year within 365 days, we could use the Julian calendar, which adds a leap day every 4 years without exception. The deviation would grow to exactly 24 hours over 4 years, that is 6 hours every year, and the Earth would need exactly 1 day to catch to the position in its orbit where it was 4 years prior. However, the deviation between the common year and tropical year is less than 6 hours, approximately 12 to 15 minutes short. The Gregorian calendar addresses this by employing a slightly more complicated set of rules to determine which years are leap years. We've seen that in the previous slides that for a year to be determined as a leap year, it's not only that it should be divisible by 4, however, it should also be divisible by 100 and 400. Though this is not perfect, but the resulting deviation is very small. We thank you for listening to our video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Please don't forget to share our video. If our subscribers are looking for us to cover any specific topic, please mention the same in the comments column.